Picture a world where every desire is met before it fully forms. A warm glow of satisfaction envelops you with a single tap. No waiting, no yearning, no effort. Imagine a pill that erases sorrow, a screen that conjures endless entertainment tailored to your whims, a life where discomfort is a forgotten relic. This isn't a dream. It's a trap, so seductive it feels like paradise. Aldous Huxley, the visionary behind Brave New World, saw this coming. A future where pleasure isn't a reward, but a chain, binding us to a hollow bliss. Today I stand to unravel his warning. Pleasure, when it becomes an addiction, is the most dangerous force of all, lulling us into a velvet abyss where we lose not just freedom, but our humanity. Let's dive into 2 expanded chapters of this perilous seduction and uncover why Huxley's prophecy is more urgent than ever. The illusion of endless bliss. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World paints a chilling portrait of a society hooked on soma, a drug delivering instant euphoria without consequence, no hangovers, no regrets, just pure fleeting pleasure. Why question authority when you can pop a pill and float away? Huxley didn't just craft a story, he foresaw our reality. Today, we're awash in digital soma, smartphones buzzing with dopamine hits, social media feeds engineered to keep us scrolling, streaming platforms turning hours into seconds. Each swipe, like, or episode is a microdose of pleasure, rewiring our brains to crave more. But here's the cruel irony Huxley exposed. This endless bliss is an illusion, a mirage promising happiness but delivering emptiness. Our brains are wired for struggle, not constant reward. Neuroscience confirms this. Dopamine, the chemical behind pleasure, thrives on anticipation and effort, not instant gratification. When we flood our systems with easy highs, we dull our capacity for true joy. Huxley warned that a society obsessed with pleasure sacrifices depth for distraction. In his dystopia, people are conditioned to avoid pain at all costs. But pain is the crucible where meaning is forged. Reflect on your own life. When did you grow most? Likely in moments of challenge, a heartbreak teaching resilience, a failure sparking grit, a sacrifice deepening love. Yet today we're conditioned to dodge discomfort. Apps predict our desires, algorithms feed echo chambers, instant delivery erases the thrill of pursuit. We're not living. We're consuming. Huxley's genius lies in spotting pleasure's stealth. Unlike drugs or alcohol, which wear their danger openly, pleasure addiction hides in plain sight, socially sanctioned, even celebrated. Who questions binge-watching a series or scrolling through reels? But the cost is staggering. Studies show excessive screen time shrinks attention spans, spikes anxiety, erodes empathy. We're not just losing time, we're losing ourselves. Huxley put it starkly. The greatest triumphs of propaganda have been accomplished, not by doing something, but by refraining from doing. By keeping us sated, pleasure prevents rebellion. It whispers, why fight when you can feel good? And so, we drift, pacified, while the world shapes us into compliant shadows. This addiction isn't just personal, it's cultural. Huxley envisioned a future where societies are lulled into submission, not by force but by comfort. A dictatorship without tears. Look around. Our obsession with convenience mirrors his dystopia. Voice-activated assistants, curated playlists, same-day deliveries. We're outsourcing agency to systems profiting from our passivity. The more we chase pleasure, the more we depend on those who supply it. Tech giants, media moguls, governments. Huxley's warning rings true. When pleasure becomes our god, we kneel to those who dispense it. But this isn't just about external control. It's about what we lose internally. Constant pleasure dulls our emotional range. Huxley's characters in Brave New World live without tragedy, but also without transcendence. They don't mourn, but they don't marvel either. Today we risk the same fate. When every moment is filled with curated highs, we forget how to sit with silence, to wrestle with boredom, to find beauty in the mundane. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror." Huxley would agree. Cutting out the terror cuts out half of life's richness. Our addiction to pleasure flattens our humanity, leaving us less capable of love, wonder, or courage. Yet there's hope in awareness. Huxley didn't just diagnose the disease. He hinted at the cure. To break free, we must reclaim discomfort as a teacher. Step away from the screen and feel boredom's raw edge. It's where creativity sparks. Say no to the next easy hit and wrestle with a hard question. It's where wisdom grows. Pleasure in moderation is a gift. In excess, it's a thief. Huxley's first lesson is clear. True happiness isn't found in endless bliss, but in the messy, beautiful struggle of being human. The hidden chains of comfort. Why is pleasure addiction deadlier than heroin or whiskey? Because it masquerades as progress. Huxley warned that comfort isn't a reward. It's a weapon wielded by those who profit from our stupor. In Brave New World, citizens are conditioned from birth to crave stability over adventure, surrendering freedom for the illusion of security. Huxley wrote, "The machine turns us into weaker, more dependent beings, eroding the spirit that built civilizations." Fast forward to today. Algorithm-fed feeds mirror our biases. Delivery apps erase the thrill of the hunt. Virtual realities promise escape without the sweat of real connection. We don't notice the chains because they feel like silk. But dependency breeds control. Governments, corporations don't need whips when they can dangle the next like. This control is subtle, woven into daily life. Consider social media. Platforms like X or Instagram aren't just apps. They're ecosystems designed to keep us hooked. Algorithms study our clicks, tailoring content to maximize engagement. Every notification is a calculated nudge, pulling us back into the cycle. Huxley saw this coming. His world state used pleasure to pacify, ensuring no one questions the system. Today, we're not just users. We're products. Our attention is harvested, sold to advertisers while we're fed more content to keep us docile. The average person spends over 2 hours daily on social media, often unaware of how it shapes their thoughts. Huxley's insight cuts deep. The most dangerous slavery looks like freedom. This addiction also erodes our autonomy. In Huxley's world, citizens are engineered to love their servitude, conditioned to see independence as chaos. We're not far off. Smart devices anticipate our needs, from suggesting what to watch to autofilling our grocery carts. Convenience feels empowering, but it's a leash. When we rely on tech to think for us, we lose the muscle of critical thought. Huxley warned that over-reliance on comfort makes us infantile, incapable of facing reality without a crutch. Studies show that heavy tech use correlates with reduced problem-solving skills and weaker emotional regulation. We're trading self-reliance for a padded cage. The societal cost is even graver. Huxley's dystopia thrives on conformity. Pleasure ensures everyone stays in line. Today, our culture of instant gratification breeds a similar herd mentality. We chase trends, mimic influencers, and fear missing out more than we fear losing our individuality. Huxley noted that pleasure addiction stifles dissent. Why challenge the status quo when it feels so good? Yet this complacency enables control. Governments push surveillance under the guise of safety. Corporations exploit data under the guise of personalization. We comply, seduced by the next shiny thing. Huxley's words haunt us. A society, most of whose members spend a great part of their time, not here and now, is a society in which they are ripe for manipulation. Breaking these chains requires courage. Huxley didn't advocate rejecting pleasure outright. He enjoyed life's joys himself, but urged balance. Embrace discomfort as a forge for growth. Skip the algorithm's suggestions and seek art that challenges you. Trade instant answers for deep questions. The hidden chains of comfort loosen when we choose effort over ease. Huxley's second lesson is a battle cry. To reclaim our freedom, we must dare to live raw, unfiltered, and fiercely human. Breaking the spell. Reclaiming the raw edge of life. So, how do we escape the velvet abyss? Huxley offers no simple fix, for the spell of pleasure is woven into our daily habits, our culture, our very thoughts. But he does point us toward a radical antidote, embracing the raw, unfiltered edge of life. In Brave New World, the character John the Savage chooses exile over comfort, preferring the pain of authenticity to the numbness of soma. Huxley isn't calling us to reject all pleasure. He savored art, music, and ideas himself, but to restore balance by welcoming discomfort as a teacher. Pleasure addiction thrives on our fear of struggle. To break free, we must lean into it, rediscovering the fire that makes us human. Start with small acts of rebellion against the easy high. Put down your phone for an hour and walk outside, letting the world's messiness sink in, the uneven rhythm of rain, the sting of cold air, the unscripted chatter of strangers. These moments, uncurated by algorithms, reawaken your senses. Huxley believed that true freedom lies in presence, in living here and now. Studies support this. Mindfulness practices, like sitting with your thoughts without distraction, boost emotional resilience and reduce dependency on external stimuli. Try it. Sit in silence for 10 minutes, no screens, no music. It's uncomfortable, even maddening, but that friction is where growth begins. Boredom, Huxley knew, is the crucible of creativity, the spark that ignites original thought. Next, seek challenges that demand effort. Huxley's dystopia fears the unpredictable, but we can embrace it. Read a book that challenges your worldview, philosophy, history, or science that forces you to wrestle with big questions. Engage in a tough conversation with someone who disagrees with you, not to win, but to understand. These acts build intellectual and emotional muscle, countering the atrophy of pleasure's ease. Huxley wrote, "The harder we work, the more we live." Science agrees. Overcoming obstacles, whether physical like running a marathon or mental like mastering a skill, releases endorphins that rival any digital hit, but with lasting fulfillment. Choose a goal that scares you, a project, a hobby, a cause, and pursue it with grit. The sweat is your salvation. Community is another key. Huxley's world state isolates people through pleasure, ensuring loyalty to the system over each other. Today, our screens often do the same, replacing deep connections with likes and follows. Break this by building real bonds. Share a meal with friends, no devices allowed, and talk about something raw, hopes, fears, dreams. Volunteer for a cause that demands your time and heart. These acts anchor us in reality, reminding us that meaning comes from shared struggle, not solitary highs. Research shows that strong social ties reduce stress and increase life expectancy, far surpassing the fleeting buzz of a notification. Finally, cultivate discipline. Huxley's characters lack the will to resist soma because they've never practiced saying no. Start by setting boundaries. Limit screen time to 2 hours a day, or fast from social media 1 day a week. Use that time to create, write, paint, build something with your hands. These acts of creation, however small, are declarations of independence from the pleasure machine. Huxley's own life modeled this. He wrote, explored spirituality, and engaged with the world's chaos, never shying from its complexity. Discipline isn't punishment, it's power. It's the choice to live deliberately, to shape your life rather than be shaped. Breaking the spell isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Each step away from pleasure's grip strengthens your resolve. Huxley's vision reminds us, the life worth living is not the easiest, but the fullest, one where we embrace both beauty and terror, as Rilke urged, and find meaning in the tension between them. Chapter 4. A Call to Defiance. Forging a Fierce Future. Huxley's warning isn't just a diagnosis, it's a call to arms. Pleasure addiction doesn't just trap individuals, it threatens our collective future. In Brave New World, humanity trades its soul for comfort, becoming a species without purpose. Today we stand at a similar crossroads. Will we drift into a world where algorithms dictate our desires, where conformity is the price of ease? Or will we rise defiant to forge a future that's fiercely human? Huxley believed in our capacity to choose, to reject the velvet trap and reclaim our fire. This final chapter is a blueprint for that defiance, a vision for a world where we live with purpose, not pacification. First, we must redefine progress. Huxley saw a society that equates advancement with comfort, but true progress lies in growth, not sedation. Challenge the narrative that more tech, more speed, more convenience equals a better life. Advocate for spaces that prioritize human connection over digital distraction. Libraries, community centers, parks free of Wi-Fi. Support policies that limit corporate control over our data, like privacy laws or regulations on addictive algorithms. Huxley warned that unchecked power thrives on our apathy. Defiance means voting, speaking out, and demanding systems that serve humanity, not exploit it. Every petition signed, every local meeting attended, is a blow against the machine. Education is our strongest weapon. Huxley's dystopia controls through ignorance, but knowledge is liberation. Teach children to question, not consume. Critical thinking over passive scrolling. Encourage schools to prioritize philosophy, literature, and history alongside STEM, fostering minds that challenge the status quo. Adults, too, must keep learning. Join a book club, attend a lecture, or dive into online courses that spark curiosity. Huxley himself was a lifelong learner, blending science and spirituality to understand the world. Knowledge empowers us to see through pleasure's illusions and imagine alternatives. As he wrote, liberty depends on the ability to think for oneself. Creativity is another act of defiance. In Huxley's world, art is sanitized, reduced to propaganda for the state. Today, our creative impulses are often co-opted by trends or algorithms. Reclaim your voice. Write a story, compose a song, paint a mural that says something true. Share it, not for likes, but for connection. Support artists who challenge norms, from local poets to filmmakers tackling tough truths. Creativity isn't just expression, it's resistance. It reminds us, and others, that we're more than consumers. We're creators of meaning. Finally, embrace collective action. Huxley's dystopia thrives on division, but our strength lies in unity. Build communities that value authenticity over conformity. Organize events that bring people together. Storytelling nights, debates, or shared projects like community gardens. These spaces counter the isolation of pleasure addiction, fostering bonds that withstand manipulation. History shows that collective defiance can shift the tide. Movements for civil rights, environmental justice, or free speech all began with people rejecting complacency. Huxley believed humanity could rise above its chains. We prove him right by standing together. This is our moment. Huxley's prophecy isn't fate. It's a warning we can heed. Reject the soma of endless pleasure. Choose the harder path of struggle, creativity, and connection. Let's forge a future where we're not slaves to comfort, but architects of a world alive with purpose. As Huxley urged, let's live, not in the future, not in the past, but in the vivid present. Rise, defy, and build. Our humanity depends on it.